Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon and welcome to Aurora Sports Park for the 14U Spring Swing Championship game between the Slammers Vecchio team and the Blaze Game Day Baseball. I'm Matt Gator. I'll be here with you on the call today. For Slammers, coached by John Vecchio, they come in at 3-0 on the tournament. And for the Blaze, coached by Nate Wills, they come in at 3-0 as well. Should be an exciting matchup between these two teams. Beautiful day for some baseball out here in Aurora. It's about 56 degrees outside. It is pretty windy as well. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Got a pretty consistent 16-mile-an-hour wind right now going on. Warming up right now on the mound for the Slammers is going to be Gage Spangler. Take a look now at their defensive alignment. Their batter today, Gage Spangler doing the pitching. Behind the plate, Josh Stetz. At first base, Brady Barnett. Second base, Keegan Hull. Their shortstop, Jax Vecchio. And at third, Braden Walker. Their left fielder, Carter Emsley. In center fielder, Landon Carlson. And in right field, Aiden Calloway. Leading things off right now for the Blaze is going to be Anthony Skoll. Taking a look at the umpires for today, behind the plate going to be Boris Rivera, first base umpire Steve Hudson, and at third base, Scott Shelley. And here's the first pitch of the game. It's a line ground ball to the shortstop. He'll field it, fire it over to first, and in time, one pitch, one out for Slammers baseball. That play was made by Jax Vecchio, retiring Anthony Skoll. That's going to bring up now Jackson Hetty.
I can hear myself talk, so there's something's on.
That pitch in there for a called strike. Looked like Spangler went with the off-speed pitch there. Oh, and 1. And that one catches the outside part of the plate. 0-2 now, ahead in the count. That one misses high and inside. 1-2. This one's fouled off into the fencing behind home plate. Count's going to stay at 1-2. Hard ground ball, left side, fielded by the third baseman, fired over to first, in plenty of time. Braden Walker with the play on that one. 2 outs now in the top half of this first inning. Good defense there by Walker. Coming in on that ball to make the play. Pair of ground outs now. First pitch in there for a called strike. It's Mike Anicita now up at the plate, trying to avoid a 3-up, 3-down inning. Pops this one up right field side. Settling under this is Aiden Calloway. Dealing with the wind, but he does come down with it. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning there from Gage Spangler. When we come back for the bottom of the first, it'll be the top of their lineup: Carlson, Emsley, and Vecchio. We'll be right back with more 14U Baseball here on YouTube. At Aurora Sports Park for the bottom half of the first inning, leading things off for the Slammers baseball team is going to be Landon Carlson. Swinging first pitch. This is line down the left field line. Going to get into foul territory, though. Taking a look at the battery now for the Blaze Game Day baseball team. Doing the pitching for them in this one is Luke Couples. Behind the plate, Colton Seaman. That pitch swung through there by Carlson. 0-2 is the count. This one lined into left field and able to settle under this one and making the play. One out now here in the bottom of the second inning. And that was Dominic Wills making that play out there in left field. That pitch in there for a called strike on the inside part of the plate. So now Carter Emsley taking his turn at the plate. After that fly out by Carlson. This pitch grounded to the third baseman. Fires it over to first, and in plenty of time. 2 quick outs there. That was Gallegos with the play at third. It's going to bring up now Jax Vecchio. First pitch fouled off towards the first base dugout. Here's the 0-1 from Couples. Good block there from Seaman behind the plate. 1-1. One and one the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the first. And that one's in there for a called strike. 1-2 now. Couples looking to get this game day team a 3-up, 3-down inning of their own. That pitch misses the outside part of the plate, evens things up now at 2-2. On deck for Slammers is Braden Walker. That pitch fouled off by Vecchio. He'll stay alive in this count. Two, nobody on, 2 outs.
Yeah, it went down. I just started again. It's the live view. Yeah, it's on signal. Both cameras are in the multi-view.
Out there on the mound, swinging first pitch is Walker. Ground ball to the shortstop, able to fire it over to first. Good speed there from Walker, but not in time, or not enough speed, excuse me, as that throw was in time from the shortstop. One pitch, one out here in the bottom half of the second, and that's going to bring up now Aiden Callaway. That pitch misses low and away. 1-0 is the count here to Callaway.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
And that one just catches the outside part of the plate. 1-1 is now the count.
4 bars, and then it goes to no bars.
Off-speed pitch there. That one's fouled off.
There you go. You got both cameras now.
0-0, still the score as we get set for the top half of the third inning. Leading things off, it's going to be Luke Couples. Couples had a good first 2 innings out there on the mound for this Blaze team. That first pitch misses low and in. 1-0 going to be the count. It was off the glove there of Stetz. That pitch in there for a called strike. Count's now even at 1-1. We apologize for some of those technical difficulties that we were having. Happy to be back, though, now. Ground ball to the third base side, fielded by Walker. He'll fire it over to first in plenty of time. Good play there from the third baseman. It's his 4th opportunity already today. He's been active in this one. He's had a couple ground balls and 1 pop out. He's going to bring up Dominic Wills now. Wills settling into the box. Set up in the back of the batter's box. Swinging first pitch. This one's lined into left field. Settling under this one, though, and able to make the grab is Carter Emsley. 2 outs now. Pair of quick outs. Got good contact there. Did Wills just hit it right to where he's at? He's going to bring up Henry Walters now. For this game day team, they batting all 12 batters in their lineup. Pitch in there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Oh, and 1 the count. Wind picking up out here right now. That one misses above the head there of Henry Walters. Just ducks out of the way. And that one's in there for a called strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Walters. Spangler going to be hunting his second 3-up, 3-down inning. Started the game that way in the first. This one fouled off. Out of play down the third base line. He'll stay alive in this at bat. Here's the 1-2. This one is lined to the second baseman, and he's able to make the play leaping up there. Keegan Hole with the good play. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning there for Slammers. When we come back for the bottom half of the third inning, it'll be 8, 9, and 1. That's Stetz, Barnett, and Carlson. We'll be right back with more 14U baseball on YouTube. Still scoreless as we get set for the bottom half of the third inning. It's going to be Josh Stetz leading things off here for Slammers. First pitch bounces across the plate. 1-0 is the count. That one's in there for a called strike. That one misses above the zone. 1-1. Excuse me, 2-1 is the count. That one's fouled off back into the fence behind home plate. 2-2 now. Right now, Stetz looking to get the leadoff runner on here for Slammers. Swings through an off-speed pitch there. 4 strikeouts now on the day thus far for Couples. For this game day team, Couples doing a great job right now. Going to be utilizing him for as long as they can in this one. Bottom of the lineup now, Brady Barnett. Top of the lineup on deck. Offers it that one. Unable to connect. 0-1. And that one misses low and away. That'll even things up at 1-1. Low and away. Count's now 2-1. Here to Barnett. Three and 1 now as that pitch misses low and away. Barnett trying to turn the lineup over here by getting on base. One out here in the bottom of the third. Takes that pitch low and away, and a good at bat there. As Barnett now reaches first on the first walk of the day allowed by Couples. Last time this Slammers team had a base runner on, it was Keegan Holt. We saw them put him in action at one point. See if they do the same here with Barnett. Not going on that first pitch, misses low and inside. That one's fouled off. That'll even things up at 1-1.
Maybe we can have camera 2 reset to be somewhere right below me and then plug it in directly through SDI. Because it seems like the wireless system, because it's going...
There, the home plate umpire, Boris Rivera, going to have Couples step out. 1-1 the count. There's a pickoff move to try and get Barnett not in time. Outfield shaded towards left right now. Big gap in right center field. Scored to lay down and bunt, pulls that one back though. Missed the zone. 2-1 is the count. And that one misses low and inside. 3-1 now the count. And that bounces across the plate. And that's going to put 2 runners on now via the walk. And I like this move here by Seaman, going out, have a conversation with this pitcher, get a couple straight walks, after striking out the leadoff batter. Just go out, have a quick conversation with him, try to calm him down. Runners on first and second now for Slammers. And that pitch misses above the zone. 1-0 the count. And that pitch misses above the zone now. Right now for Slammers, Barnett standing at second base, Landon Carlson at first. Carter Emsley trying to come through for his team. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through. And getting the green light right now is Barnett. And there's going to be no play at the plate, as Barnett is in there safely. Advancing on the throw now is going to be Carter Emsley. And the Slammers team takes the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning, as Barnett is the first run to come across and score in this one. Advancing to third as well was Landon Carlson. That'll go as a single there for Carter Emsley, advancing on the throw. RBI single at that. Now 2 runners in scoring position here for Jax Verico. Trying to get a nice little lead here for Slammers. It was a good piece of hitting there by Carter Emsley. That one misses the inside part of the plate. 1-1 is the count. And that's where those pair of walks coming back right now to bite. Luke Couples in the back. Ground ball to the first base side. Going to trail into foul territory, though. I think Vecchio going to be happy about that one. One and two the count here to Vecchio. That one misses outside. 2-2 now. That one's above the zone. That one is fouled off there by Vecchio. Just able to get a piece on that one. As you may be able to hear in my mic, wind's starting to pick up again. As that pitch called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Vecchio not happy with that call, as he's going to have to go back to the dugout. Second strikeout, though, of the inning by Couples. That's his first strikeout looking. Vecchio now with 2 strikeouts in the game. It's going to be up to Braden Walker now. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 1 run already across. Takes that first pitch in there for a called strike. He nods his head, shaking, yeah, that one was a strike. Oh, 0-1. Swings at that one. 0-2 is the count now here to Walker. Walker, the cleanup hitter for this Slammers team. Fouls that one off. Looked like an emergency hack there by Walker, down in the count 0-2. Good job just getting a piece of that one, keeping this AB alive. On deck is Aiden Callaway if they can get to him. And that one is swung through by Walker. First base is open, though. Throw it down, though, from Seaman. Gets there in time. One run, though, does come across to score on the RBI single off of the bat of Carter Emsley. And the Slammers baseball team leads this one by a score of 1-0. When we come back for the top of the fourth, it'll be Cottrell, Haley, and Skull. We'll be right back with more 14U Baseball here on YouTube. First pitch misses away. Cottrell, the second baseman here for this Blaze Game Day baseball team. Lines this one into left field, settling under this one, though, and able to make the grab for the first out is Carter Emsley. One out here in the top of the fourth. That's going to bring up now Chase Haley. That pitch in there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Haley not happy with the call. Oh, and 1 the count. Spangler still out there. 4 Slammers doing a good job on the mound. For Spangler, through 3 in the third innings, right now his only blemish, a single given up to Colt Crawford back in the second. He was able to strain him at first with a ground out in the next batter. This one popped up into the outfield. Carlson coming in on this one. He calls off. Oh, and unable to make the plays. That one's going to bounce off his glove. Might have been dealing with some of the wind there. That's going to go as an error there on Carlson. As he was coming in and called off Vecchio on the play. It looked like he was able to settle under that one, just unable to corral it into his glove. That's the second base runner allowed now. Only 1 out here. That's Haley reaching on the air. Top of the lineup now in Anthony Skoll. And lines this one into the outfield. And getting a second chance and making the play this time around is Landon Carlson. 2 outs now in the top of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Jackson Hetty. This one lined into right field, and settling under this one and able to make the grab in fair territory is Aiden Calloway. That was a tough play there, especially dealing with the wind charging in, but able to make that grab below his knees. That is the 3rd and final out of the top half of the 4th inning. When we come back for the bottom half, it'll be Calloway, who we just saw make that play, followed by Hull and Munfram. We'll be right back with more 14U baseball here on YouTube. Folks, we are here at Aurora Sports Park, getting set for the bottom half of this 4th inning. The Slammers Vecchio baseball team leading the Blaze Game Day baseball team 1-0 in this championship game here in the 14U D2 division, as this first pitch grounded to the shortstop, firing it over to first, and just in time to beat the speedy Aiden Calloway. We saw Calloway use his speed to end that last half inning, coming in to grab that fly ball. There's he grounds out. That's going to bring up now Keegan Hull. Hull showed his speed, and his last at bat was able to reach on an error by the 3rd baseman Gallegos. That pitch in there for a called strike.
You mean the remote? You mean the Zoom controller? Yeah, it's working fine, yeah.
That pitch bounces across the plate. That'll even things up at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Couples. Hard ground ball back to the shortstop again. His second chance of the inning. Fires it over to first, low throw, but making the grab. At first, 2 outs now. And coming down with that grab was Jackson Hetty over at first. That's going to bring up J.J. Munfram now. Struck out back in his last at bat. That first pitch fouled off. Bit of a pitcher's duel going on right now. That pitch low and away. 2-1 is the count.
Test run, but it's gonna get better. I'm just surprised on this one.
And that one misses high and inside. 3-1 now here. Munfram trying to draw a 2-out walk.
I don't understand why the wireless receiver would cause
Pass the bat to his teammate Stetz.
to go down. I don't get that.
Ground ball to the right side of the infield. This is fielded by the second baseman. Over to Hetty for the third out. A 3-up, 3-down inning there from Luke Couples. When we come back for the top half of the fifth inning, it'll be the heart of their lineup: Nocita, Bradshaw, and Gallegos, 3, 4, and 5. We'll be right back with more from the 14U D2 Championship here in Aurora Sports Park. Getting set to kick off the top half of the fifth inning here through 4 innings of play for the Blaze Game Day Baseball. They have no runs on 1 hit with 1 error. They've left 2 runners on base. Take a look at the Slammers stat line after this pitch. First pitch in there for a called strike. For the Slammers, they have 1 run on 1 hit. Also with 1 error, they've left 3 on base. Spangler's still out there for the top half of this fifth inning. Ground ball right back up the middle, and that's going to be a leadoff single. Good piece of hitting there from Micah Nocita. Leadoff single up the middle. That's going to bring up now Cash Bradshaw. Bradshaw in his last at-bat popped up to the third baseman. And getting a huge secondary lead on that one was Micah Nocita. Wasn't really threatening to steal, just had a big lead. Could potentially see a back pick here from Stetz. Nocita taking off with the pitch. Here's the throw down from Stetz, and it's not going to be in time. Nocita with a big jump there, and he successfully steals second base.
Throw that up. Throw it up. Hold on. So I don't know if you want to do that.
Runner into scoring position now for this Blaze team. That's the tying run right there. And that pitch goes behind him there. That's going to allow the runner, Nocita, to advance to third base on the wild pitch. Now just 90 feet away from tying this thing up. Still no outs. 3-0 is the count here to Bradshaw. And that is a 4-pitch walk there to Bradshaw, as that one was high and away. And we're going to get time now here called on the field. And you can see Coach telling the rest of the infield to go away wanting to just have a quick conversation with his pitcher and catcher. Another meeting of the minds there at third base as well. That's Coach Wills talking with his team. Mainly his two runners on first and third. We'll see if they try to find a way to scheme up a run here.
Go for it.
Could potentially see them put Bradshaw in action at first. That walk was the first walk allowed by Gage Spangler. See if they try to have Bradshaw maybe get in a pickle here, allow Nasita to come across and score. Up the middle, they're playing double play depth right now. Corners even with the bases. And there's a ground ball too short. Fires it over to second and unable to get it back to first. So one run is going to come across to score. They get the lead out at second, but we have a tie game here. 1-1 is the score. As that was Nasita coming across to score. Bradshaw going to be out at second. Gallegos reaching safely, though, on the fielder's choice. And now the umpire's going to get together because not sliding at second base was Cash Bradshaw. And they may be saying that because he didn't slide, wondering if they're going to rule out Gallegos at first. See what they end up ruling. Wasn't necessarily a close play at second that he would have had to slide to try and beat out the throw. More so wondering if they're going to say he didn't slide to get out of the way. And if we could potentially get a runner's interference here. So they're calling him out at second and out at first. They are going to signal out at first, so that's going to be a double play there. Now we're going to get an argument here from Coach Wills. Either way, though, there were no outs prior to that, so the run is still going to count. So we're going to have a tie game here. Only difference could be 2 outs with no one on versus 1 out with a runner on first. Gallegos still standing out at first as of now. I think, though, with the umpires already having made up their mind, don't expect to see anything changed here.
No. Nobody's on second. Only first.
Oh, you know what? It looks like they're going to put the runner back on third base. That was Micah Nasita that came across to score. And right now they're signaling that he's going to be back at third. And that's one I would love to get an explanation for. As his... So there are going to be 2 outs, but Nasita's run not going to count as he was placed back at third. So it is still a 1-0 game, and what a change of momentum that one is. Went from looked like what was going to be 1-1 game with a runner on first with only 1 out. Now it's still 1-0 runner on third with 2 outs. Huge change of momentum there. First pitch misses low and away. It is Colt Crawford batting right now for the Blaze. This one's lined to the first baseman. That's going to get down in fair territory, so this is going to bring across Nasita to score, and this is going to be extra bases here for Colt Crawford. He's into second, and he's going to be thrown out at second. A great throw from the right fielder, Aiden Calloway. That run does come across to score as he'd scored before he was tagged out at second. So we have a 1-1 game now as Crawford is able to drive in the tying run in this one. A bit of a confusing inning there in the top half of the fifth, but either way, it's a 1-1 score. And when we come back for the bottom half of the fifth inning, it'll be Stetz, Barnett, and Carlson. We'll be right back on YouTube. Slide. There. Dead slide. He did actually slide into second base, but he had a pop-up slide. Not allowed to have that at this level. You have to stay down on the slide, and so because he popped up, it was a runner's interference, and due to the runner's interference, it's a dead ball call. No runs can score on a dead ball call. If it had been a live ball, we still would have been able to see Mike Nacita come across and score. And that's why they placed him back on third. Either way, though, he did end up coming across to score on the RBI single. As this is going to be a leadoff base hit here from Josh Stetz. And actually, I'm going to have to correct myself on that one. That was number 11, Mason there, coming in with the big hit. Hitting in place of Stetz. That one swung through there by Brady Burnett. Pickoff move back in plenty of time. Was Mason Vila. Another pickoff move again, back in time. For Burnett, he drew a walk, would come across to score in the bottom of the third inning. Takes a healthy hack at that one, swings right through it. Counts now 1-2. That one bounces across the plate. Good block there from Seaman, as it still couples out there on the mound. Another good block from Seaman. He's had a couple good blocks there behind the plate. Full count now Barnett looking to draw a second walk here. That'd be runners on first and second with no outs. Hard ground ball left side of the infield, and this one is going to get through. That was right where no one was able to get to it. Got between Gallegos and Skull there. And now we are going to have runners on first and second with no outs. Instead of the walk, it was a single, though. That'll bring up now Landon Carlson. Carlson 0 for 1 on the day, does have a walk back in the bottom of the third. Now we're going to get time called, maybe getting a pitching change here. And I think we are going to get one, so we're going to step aside for a quick second. When we come back, get you an update on who this new pitcher going to be for the Blaze. Two singles already to start things off in the bottom of the fifth as we see a pitching change. Now pitching for this Blaze Game Day baseball team is Chris Gallegos, also a catching change. Now going to be behind the plate, number 4, Anthony Skull. Looking at the line right now, as of now at least, for Luke Couples, went 4 innings pitched into the fifth inning. Didn't retire any outs, though, in this fifth inning. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, that 1 run being an earned run. Walked 2 batters, struck out 6. Is responsible, though, for the runners on first and second. Landon Carlson now trying to drive in some runs here for his team. We've got a good game going back and forth between these two teams. Skull setting up outside. That pitch in there for a called strike. Cut the inside part of the plate for Gallegos. Might have missed his zone, but still caught the strike zone. Oh, 1. And they're scoring to lay down a bunt, and that one's going to go foul, though, off of the bat of Carlson. 0-2 now. Mike Nocita now at third base. For this Blaze team, they've been shifting around their defense kind of throughout the game. And that one's going to be fouled off towards the third base dugout. Carlson having to battle right now with 2 strikes on him. Here's the pickoff, 2-second. Oh, and they would have had him, but an errant throw there from Gallegos. Caught Vila leaning there. Vila not advancing on the throws. He was diving back head first into second. Center fielder Bradshaw able to field that one, bring it back in quickly. As that one misses the zone. 1-2 the count now. Here to Carlson. Off-speed pitch misses up in the zone. 2-2. And that'll catch the outside part of the plate for a called strike. First strikeout of the day there from Gallegos. That's going to bring up Carter Emsley now. Has the lone RBI for his team in this one. That came back in the third. RBI single through the left to the left side of the field. As that pitch is fouled off. Runners on first and second, only one out here in the bottom of the fifth. That pitch missed the zone there. Emsley 1 for 2 on the day, had a ground out back in the first. Trying to at least put this ball on play, advance the runners 90 feet. That one's fouled off, going to get out of play down the right field line. One and two the count. And this one's lined. Going to get through the right side of the infield. And it's only going to advance everyone 90 feet. As playing in on that one was their right fielder. Does a good job getting that one back in quickly. The base is now loaded for the 3-hole hitter, Jax Vecchio. Three singles from Vila, Barnett, and now Emsley have loaded the bases here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Vecchio with a big chance to give his team the lead. Only one out. And that's a hit up the middle. This is going to score one run. And again, only going to advance everyone 90 feet as Bradshaw was able to get to that one quickly. Fires that one back into home. Good defense there from Bradshaw. A run does come across to score, though, on the RBI single off of the bat of Jax Vecchio, and they now lead this one 2-1. And that was Mason Vila coming across to score. Vila was hitting in place of Josh Stetz. Bases still loaded, only one out. Taking that first pitch is Braden Walker. In there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. That one misses up in the zone. Count's even at 1-1. And that's low and away. 2-1 now. And now Walker with the bases loaded and only one out. Can be a little selective here now. Want to find a good pitch to hit. Don't really want to chase on anything here. And does chase up in the zone and immediately unhappy with himself for the swing on that one. Evens the count at 2-2. Strikeout is exactly what Gallegos is looking for here. At getting out without putting the ball in play. 2-2. And that one's low in the zone and now trying to get to home. Could be a play at the plate. There's the throw. And they got him out at home. A good play from Skoll there on that one. Flips it back to his pitcher, Gallegos. They nail the runner at home. That was Brady Barnett trying to advance at home. And I had a great vantage point of that one as well. And I think they got that tag on him before that foot touched the plate. For Barnett was just a little bit hesitant to head home on that pass ball. And I think that just split second of hesitating might have been the difference there. The other two runners do advance. Now it's second and third. First base now open as that one's fouled off but held onto. And for the Blaze Game Day baseball team, they get out of a bases-loaded one-out jam, only allowing one run to come across and score. And that was the RBI single off of the bat of Jax Vecchia. When we come back for the top half of the sixth inning, it'll be 7, 8, and 9. Seaman, Couples, and Wills. We'll be right back with more 14U Baseball here on YouTube. For this Slammers baseball team, it's going to be Roman Rowe. And now coming in trying to finish this one out as they now have the lead again, 2-1. That first pitch in there for a called strike against Colton Seaman leading things off. Taking a look now at the final line from Gage Spangler. It was 5 innings of work, gave up 3 hits, only 1 run. That 1 run being earned, walked 1 batter, didn't strike out any. Good 5-inning outing there from Spangler. That pitch misses outside. 1-1 is the count. This one going to be a soft ground ball to the shortstop. Has to fire it over quickly to first and does beat out Seaman. Seaman with good speed hustling down the line. Jax Vecchio able to make the play though. Bit of a deceiving hit there. Looked like it was a line drive off of the bat. Looked like it maybe got caught up in the air. Was hit off the end of the bat, excuse me. Vecchio had to come and field that one off a couple of bounces. That's going to bring up now Luke Couples. And for this Blaze team and their defense, huge in that last half inning with the bases loaded and only one out to only give up one run in that situation. As this one is lined into right center field, and that's going to get down for a one-out single off of the bat of Luke Couples. For Couples, that's his first hit of the day. That'll bring up now Dominic Wills. That first pitch swung through. It was on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count. Should note the final line on Luke Couples. Went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 2 batters, and struck out 6. That run that did come across to score, though Gallegos was pitching, Couples was responsible for. And another swing on a pitch outside. 0-2 the count. And just shaking his head after that swing is going to be Dominic Wills. Unhappy with the swing. Swung at 2 pitches out of the zone now. See if Rowe goes back there. He does go out of the zone this time on the inside. And that's going to be a wild pitch there from Roman Rowe. That'll allow Couples to advance to second. Now he's in the scoring position. 180 feet from tying this one up. And this one lined into center field and able to make the sliding play. Fires it back into second. Not going to be in time, though, but a great play by Landon Carlson out there in center field to come down with that one. Heads up base running from Couples, though, to get back into second in time. 2 down now here in the top of the 6th, and that's going to bring up Henry Walters. Walters lined out to the second baseman back in the 3rd. One of the count. Soft ground ball to the second baseman, Keegan Hull. He'll fire it over to first and in time for the 3rd out. So for the Blaze, they do get Couples on. He gets over to second, but then they're unable to bring him across. And the Slammers still lead this one 2-1. When we come back for the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Callaway, Hull, and Munford. We'll be right back with more 14U baseball here in their championship game here on YouTube. For the bottom half of this 6th inning. It's going to be Aiden Callaway leading things off. Trying to provide some insurance runs here for his team. they can hold on to this lead in the top half of the 7th inning, they will go on to win this spring swing championship here for their team. The Blaze looking to keep this one a one-run game, give them the best shot at tying things up, if not taking the lead in the top of the 7th. Been a bit of a pitcher's duel in this one. Swings at that one on the outside part of the plate. And that one is swung through. And there's a quick strikeout of Aiden Calloway. That's going to bring up now Keegan Hull. Hull 0 for 2 on the day, did reach on an error by the third baseman back in the 2nd. Three strikeouts now on the day from Gallegos. Couples had 6. They're up to 9 strikeouts now as a team. That one misses high and away. And that one misses up in the zone. 3-0 the count. Have to assume that Keegan Hull going to be taking the whole way here. Have to make Gallegos throw a strike. Be shocked to see him swinging away. No swing there, and that pitch not particularly close, and that's going to allow Hull to reach first base. And now looking and rounding first base, not going to advance though, as the catcher Anthony Skoll able to get to that ball. A 4-pitch walk there, though, to Keegan Hull. First walk allowed by Gallegos. Speed now on the base paths at first. We'll see if he takes off. It is taking off first pitch. Here's the throw down. A good throw from Skoll. Close play at second, and he's in there safely. A successful stolen base there from Keegan Hull. Great throw down as well from Anthony Skoll. Just unable to beat him. And he's now in scoring position. And it looks like he's maybe coming out to argue this one, Coach Wills. Not too much of an argument, though. Maybe just getting an explanation there. Hull going to be safe at second on the stolen base. Have one stolen base each per team now. Micah Nacita has one as well for the Blaze. That pitch misses outside. J.J. Munfrom now hitting. See how aggressive this Slammers team is. If he can get one into the outfield, if they're going to be sending Hull, I'd have to be guessing they are. That pitch in there for a called strike. Counts 2-1 here to Munfrom. On deck, Mason Vila. Came in and pinch hit last time around for Josh Stetz. And this is going to go as a pass ball. It was swung through by J.J. Munfrom, not fouled off though. Now they're trying to say that it was fouled off. They're going to say that this one wasn't, so that will allow Keegan Hull to advance to third. Not much argument from Anthony Skoll, the catcher. I think he likely would have known if that one was fouled off. They're going to bring the infield in on this one, try to get the play at the plate, keep this one a one-run game. Likely a smart move here from them. And swinging through that one is going to be Munfrom. 2 outs now in this inning. Four strikeouts now from Chris Gallegos. That's going to bring up Mason Vila. Vila led off the 5th inning with the single. That pitch just misses above the zone. On deck still is Brady Barnett. 1-0 the count here to Vila. This one's flared. Going to stay in playable territory and able to make the play is the third baseman in foul territory just shy of the fence. A big grab there to get the third out of the inning. When we come back for the top half of the 7th, they're going to need to bring at least one run across. It'll be their 11, 12, and 1-hole hitters. Luke Cottrell, Chase Haley, and Anthony Skoll. You're watching the 14U Division II Championship here at Aurora Sports Park. We'll be back with more action in a couple of minutes here on YouTube. Back now at Aurora Sports Park, getting set for the top half of the 7th inning. Leading things off is going to be the second baseman, number 6, Luke Cottrell. For this Blaze Game Day baseball team, going to need to find a way to get at least one run across here in the top of the 7th. This one might stay in fair territory, and no, it's going to just land a few feet foul. Would have been extra bases for Cottrell. As he was already on his way to second base. Going to have to come back now, and he will jog back in, grab his bat, and going to have to reset. Just a long strike there off of the bat of Cottrell. For the Slammers, they're trying to hold on to win this championship game. A lot on the line here in this half inning. Cottrell squares to bunt, pulls it back though as that pitch was outside. That'll even things up at 1-1. Cottrell with good speed in the box. Corners were playing just about even with the bases. We'll see if they come in any more after that. They're going to stay about where they were, pretty even with the bases. Scoring to bunt again. Can't say I blame him. Oh, they're going to say he went around on that one. Cottrell now trying to argue, saying he pulled that one back. Not going to get the call. They are going to call that a strike, saying he offered him the bunt, not that it was in the zone. 1-2 is the count. And that one's in there for a called strike. Just caught the inside part of the plate. And for Cottrell, I think he might have an argument on that second strike that he pulled back that bunt. That third strike, though, I do believe was in there as it was called. That'll be a strikeout looking there against him. That'll bring up now Chase Haley. Swings through that one. And for Roman Rowe, that was his first strikeout. First strikeout from any of these pitchers from Slammers. It's been a 2-day tournament out here in Aurora. That pitch misses the outside part of the plate. Both these teams came into this game 3-0. Winning both their games yesterday as well as one earlier today to get to this position in the championship game. And that one's going to be fouled off there by Haley. I think he was trying to pull his bat back on that one, unable to do so. Been a great event here put on by Triple Crown Sports. All of the fields full out here at Aurora Sports Complex. As this one is fouled off. Haley putting together a good at bat right now. As there's one out here in the top of the 7th. Top of the lineup is on deck. And that one swung through, going to be in the dirt. Has to throw it down to first and able to get that one there in time. An accurate throw there from Carter Emsley, who's now catching. Mason Vila in at left. 2 outs now in the top half of the 7th inning. And for this Slammers team, just 1 out away from securing the championship. For Slammers, they put it on the team earlier today, winning 19-0. A much closer affair in this one. Leading by a score of just 2-1. And that pitch misses the outside part of the plate. And for the Slammers team in this tournament, they've won 7-0, 11-4, and 19-0. It's by far the closest game they've been in. Trying to hold on and win this run. Win this one by a 1-score game. This one popped up like going to get out of play. And now for the Blaze, down to their final strike. 1-2 is the count here to Anthony Skoll. Roman Rowe trying to get the final out in this one. Here's the 1-2. And that's in there for a called strike. And he got him with the strikeout, and they're going to hold on to win this game. 2-1 is the final score. Roman Rowe gets the game-winning strikeout. And not only that, but he strikes out the side in this 7th and final inning. 2 of those strikeouts were looking, and I do think that off-speed pitch caught the outside part of the plate in that one. 3 strikeouts on the day for Roman Rowe, all 3 of those coming in the 7th inning. It's been a great tournament out here in Aurora, and it's going to be the Slammers Vecchio baseball team holding on to win the Platinum Championship in this one, going undefeated on the tournament, 4-0. As we see these 2 teams shaking hands, congratulating one another. This Blaze Game Day team, baseball team, going to be 3-1 on the tournament. They are going to be the runner-ups in this. Congratulations to them on a great tournament as well. Still have a positive run differential. Just unable to generate enough offense in this one. They got good pitching, but just going to fall in this one by a final score of 2-1. As these 2 teams going to come together now in the middle for, looks like a prayer circle, just celebrating one another. So the final in this one, the Slammers baseball team beats the Blaze Game Day baseball team by a final score of 2-1 in today's championship matchup. I'm Matt Gator. For the rest of the crew, we thank you for joining us tonight, as that was a coverage of 14U baseball brought to you by Triple Crown Sports here on YouTube. Thank you, and have a good night.